But now, we gotta get in this review. Now, it's gonna be a hard one, chat. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I mean, even if you just kind of like hear what the general description of this movie is, it's like, oh, it's a Cloverfield ripoff, because that's exactly what it was. And I didn't know this until I started watching it, chat. This is Asylum. This is one of their movies, which Double Toasted recently, Corey's become obsessed with, thanks to what, Homeward, and now gonna be reviewing stuff like Trollland and shit. But this is one of their live-action horror movies ripoffs. And it's just what you think it is, chat. This film, to capitalize off the success of Cloverfield, they basically made their own version, and they did this thing in a fucking week, if that. There's so little production value in this movie. And this actually came out in January 15th, 2008, 3 days before the release of Cloverfield, which went on to be a critical and commercial success. And this movie was just a success because it's like, oh, it's like Cloverfield, and they fucking trick people into watching this. That's how they tricked Josh back in the day. And I was like, okay, well, then maybe I can just watch it. It'll be like a fun bad watch, you know. It'll be unintentionally funny. It's not. It's not unintentionally funny, chat. It's just fucking boring. That's all it is. You're just following two dumb white girls who don't even, I mean, they really have, like, real dialogue. They don't have real conversations in these films. They do the thing where it's like, you know, it's a bad actor, or it's an actor. Maybe it's not a bad actor. Maybe it's just they're giving the bare bones of a script or giving nothing for a scene. They just describe what's happening to them. They describe what's happening to them and what they need to do eventually. It's like, sis, you know, the thing's coming down on us. We got to get moving. We got to go. We can't go after those people right now. Those people are dead. They're fucking dead. Just let them die. We got to escape. There's, you know, there's a, and then you hear the same exact canned monster growl that is in fucking After Effects or whatever. You know, when you come up like when you go to like free sound effects you can get online, that's like the go-to monster sound they have in this movie. It is so fucking cheap. And they just repeat the same sound effect over and over again. It's like that monster just nails it each and every single time. The same pitch, the same, you know, groan, roar, whatever it is. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, I don't know. I can't give you, like, some of the facts. Like, oh, how much money it made. Like, they're not going to fucking release that shit. I do know what the reception was. I wonder if Josh is sending me info right now. Another text message from somebody. But when this film came out, it did make some money because apparently they did a sequel. And Asylum, I guess, like, never loses. They're always in the black. They're never in the red. I guess for the little they spend on it, they make more of the back, which is crazy to me. And then you've seen the trailers for Homeward and you know, Troll. You know how cheap these things, you know, are. You can tell that they're made over a very short period of time. This is the case with this one. But yeah, for the reviews that are out there for this one, it's horrendous, dull, boring. Those are all the words they use to describe this film. You know, I guess for one critic says the worst direct-to-DVD horror movie of the year of 2008, which I believe it, because nothing's scary in it, Chet. It's just annoying and dull. But I'll give you the goddamn plot. I basically told it to you. So there's two sisters. It takes place in 2003. Aaron and Sarah Lynch, chat. They are reporters, although you never know what network they work for. You don't even know if maybe they're like, I don't know, reporters that like just sell their services or something, you know, for a particular network. That information is not made clear whatsoever. They just say they're reporters and you go with it. Now, there's some weird shit because apparently they have like a YouTube channel maybe. But the thing is, chat, and this film is filled with so many contradictions. So I think they say in the movie, we have a YouTube channel, but it takes place in 2003. They state that. That's at the beginning of the fucking movie. 2003, this footage was found. It was uploaded to YouTube, etc., etc. Oh, who is this? We have a new friend, chat, a new Huckleberry. These Mitch. Let me call you Thieves. Welcome to stream, Thieves. Appreciate the follow. Hope you're doing well. But this movie's filled with contradictions. And the big one, you know, right in front, chat, like they mention YouTube throughout this entire film. We got to upload this footage to YouTube. Someone's got to upload. Dad, if you find this footage, upload to YouTube. This is 2003. YouTube didn't come into existence in 2005. So again, the fucking history doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatsoever. It's like, all right, fucking who cares? So, and, this is the one I find the most fun. So the film takes place, like, it takes place in January. Let's say it's like January 3rd to like January 8th or something. That's the timeline throughout the entire film. And the sisters, they go from their airport to Tokyo, Japan, to interview the Minister of Environmental Protection Services or something. I don't know. How did they get that interview, chat? I don't know. How these people who are not represented by a news network are able to talk to a government official in Japan? Like, you need something to back you up. The goddamn Japan's not going to let anyone in to talk to their officials. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Unless they're like, hey, we want to emphasize that Japan, we're all about the green, baby. Money and the environment, okay? And we want to put that out there on the new platform, YouTube, which doesn't yet exist. Sure. But this takes place in January, and throughout the entire film, they're wearing tank tops and short sleeve shirts. They have fucking, like, they got, like, booty butt shorts on, chat, showing off the booty butt. It's like, how are you not freezing? Now, if you don't know, guys, in January, Japan is fucking cold. It's really cold. And, like, okay, so right off the bat, all the people in the background are all wearing t-shirts and shorts. And the best part is, chat, when they're going from, like, building to building, you can tell that these are not real extras. They just shot in the fucking open. So this was some guerrilla filmmaking, you know, because they were like, are they fucking making a movie? Because they even had to blur out, like, certain people's faces for how close they got to it. And you could probably say, like, oh, well, they had to blur out the faces because people's identities wanted to be seen on this secretive footage that was put out to social media. It's like, no, these people just didn't know they were in a fucking movie. So they had to blur out all their faces like they're on public transportation or just in the middle of Japan. They're just talking nonsense the whole time. But that's how the movie opens up, chat. So you get the whole spiel. It's like, you know, this, like, it was a 7.8 earthquake hit Japan. Apparently hundreds, like 500,000 people died, including like 30 Americans or something. I think it's kind of like their take on the Fukushima plant disaster when it destroyed that nuclear power plant there. Or it was like a comment. Man, when I say commentary, it's just like that's what they're using as kind of the background. It's like, oh, so something like this had happened before, and now it happens again, and now we know the reason. And so, like, they're going over to Japan because they're doing a film, as they say, about global warming. They don't really do anything. They don't seem to have, like, any type of materials or seem to be knowledgeable at all about global warming. You could tell already that, you know, right in the beginning, as soon as they're, like, in their little fucking hotel room just talking to each other after they get on the fucking plane. And it's not even word vomit, chat. Like, they're just throwing exposition at you. It's not that. It's small talk. That's all it is. It's like, we're in the air. It's that type, like I told you. It's like, we're in the airport right now. My sister has these cute little shoes on. They're like Oriental shoes. Is it okay to say Oriental? Is that okay? Do they like that over there? Japanese or Chinese people? Can we say Oriental? It's like, what's happening? It's like, okay, dumb white girls doing dumb white things. So they go over to their hotel in Japan, chat. And I guess they're doing like an intro, just playing around with the camera. It's like, global warming, fact or fiction. It's like, Jesus fuck. Like, this is what they're doing throughout the whole scene. And then you just see this footage, this stock footage of them just looking out in Japan, and you just hear some nonsense, and the one sister's in the back going, turn the camera off, let's go to bed. It's sleepy, let's go to bed. And they do, and then we get more shots of them walking around Japan, taking in all small talk. Like, we're not learning who Sarah or who Aaron is at the moment. Like, nothing. We go to, I guess, the Ministry of the Environment in Japan, and I don't know what this guy's office, apparently they don't give a shit about this official, chat, because they gave him a fucking broom closet. That's where his office is. His desk's about half the size of my desk. They got kind of a Japanese flag behind it, but it's like a really dinky one. It's wrinkled. It's like, what the hell's going on here? He's sitting down with them, chat. And you can tell, like, he has no idea what the hell he's talking about either. He can't sell these lines. Again, it's just fucking chit-chat and small talk. Apparently, when they ask him some pointed questions, which I can't remember what the hell they were, he gets a little nervous, like, because she asks about, like, the earthquakes. Do you think global warming's causing earthquakes? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. We can't disclose secret information. That's confidential. Get out of my office. So, apparently these ace reporters, chat, they touched a nerve with their question about global warming. And then all of a sudden, chat, the building is rocked by a massive earthquake. Oh my God, it's happened again. It's the big one. It's the 7.8, and they're running down the stairwell, chat. And here's the thing. like Cloverfield like had the camera and it's bopping and weaving and everything like that. There's no doubt about that. You had the footage would get grainy at times and stuff or out of focus. They have so many different. They have a plethora, chat. A fucking plethora of effects that happen in this. I can't even describe all. It switches from fucking night vision to fucking predator vision at one point. I mean, you can see people's body heat signatures and everything. It doesn't make any sense. It's like grainy, the audio goes out at times, just cuts to black where you can only hear their dialogue. You know, the excuses, the tapes were damaged. It's like, yeah, bullshit. And at one point the camera's working fine, the other point it's like a fucking menagerie of colors. You know, and it always happens when the fucking monster's around. Sure, okay, sure. And so they're running down this stairwell, chat. They go outside, and you see the monster. You don't see the monster. You hear the fucking canned roar, and I love it because you could tell they have the extras that they have for the film itself, who are like, oh, what do we do? Like, they're a little disheveled. They're in suits and things. They have some, you know, rubble and discoloration in their skin, like they're out of breath or something, or they're, you know, smeared with like mud or some shit. But then you have people in the background. You can see them, chat, even through the whole weird blur on the camera. People just fucking walking in shorts, and they got their bags that they're carrying around. It's like, you don't care. Like, you can even film this like in a different location or like on the side of the building or something. It's like, no, they're out and about in fucking Tokyo, Japan. They did film in Japan. You got to give them that. And society's just like, are they filming a movie over there? Is that a movie film? Is it Godzilla? Is it a Godzilla movie? It's not, chat. It's not a Godzilla film. John Early, thank you for the host. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate it. Oh, so yeah, and then chat. It is scene after scene of them just talking about what they're doing and what they're eventually going to do. It's like, oh, this is so scary. I don't know what to do. Let's go to the mall. And so they go to a mall, chat. And they meet a guy, I think, named Justin. And this guy's no fucking help, chat. He's like, girls, pretty girls. That's all he wants. He sees two white girls who are not that smart. He's like, I'm gonna take advantage of this. But he has no fucking game. He doesn't know what he's doing, chat. He could barely fucking see, goddamn four eyes. Bumping and everything, chat. And they said, you know what, you, Justin, even though we just met you, hold on to our camera and film us. And they do their coverage, chat. They're being ace reporters. They cracked a conspiracy. The Ministry of the Japanese Interior Environment was they almost caught him, chat. They almost caught him. They're like, they're gonna cover this event. They are at ground zero. And like the monster creature, again, you hear the can roar, but you never see what it looks like until I think you see it. Maybe I'll say a maximum of 3 times. And Josh can correct me right here. Josh can correct me. You see a tentacle. You see a singular tentacle, I think, during some of these scenes, chat. And it's just waving around. And it looks so fucking fake. Even with all the grain and the menagerie of colors they have going on that camera, it still looks so bad. It's like someone rotoscoped a tentacle, but just didn't complete the rotoscoping enough. And it's just like, there it is off in the distance. You see it kind of flop over a building and wave in the air. And you hear the canned monster roar. At one point, chat, the camera goes black. Fucking Justin, he's dead. He's killed off camera. And they're such as like, is he okay? Justin! Justin! And they're crying shit, even though they met him only 5 minutes. Justin is long dead. You just see his arm, it's like fucking twitching. You know, he's too bad. He never scored, chat. Justin had no game to begin with. And now it's over. Now he definitely has no game. So Justin's dead. They take the camera back. They eventually go to a garden. I guess, like a park. They go to a fucking park, chat. They call it garden, but it's like, you know, a ceremonial garden park. They have all the you know, the buildings with they go up like that. Shinobi temples, I think they're called. So they go there to hide out, chat. But again, you could tell that now they just have the actors. They have no extras. And you can even see in the background, just people fucking walking. Just trying to enjoy the Japanese architecture and gardens and wildlife and shit. And you have this small little film crew who definitely did not get permission to be there to film this shit. And they're just doing their whole thing. And you could tell that, like, they're not supposed to be there because suddenly they're talking, like, really quietly into the camera. And it's supposed to be like, oh, it's an intimate moment. Because, like, if anyone finds this, give it to our dad, John Lynch. Do you have Dad's cell phone number? And they're like, no, I just have my phone. Where's your phone? I lost my phone. Fuck! And they don't have their phones, chat. And they're like, just give it to our dad. And so then we continue on. Then we keep going. Gotta keep moving and grooving, chat. So at one point, I think they hide. I think that the monster attacks the park, I guess. And again, the menagerie of colors on the fucking screen. All the after effects. And you see that one fucking tentacle That one tentacle, that thing's getting a goddamn workout. Apparently, chat, you learn, like, I read this on Wikipedia. It was not really made clear in the movie. But it's a giant octopus creature. Hentai! It's hentai. It's a giant hentai creature. And it's because of man's destruction of nature, this thing went, what the fuck is happening up there? And, you know, it bursts from the ground, just starts eating everybody. It starts eating everybody and just going up everyone's butts. That's what it does, chat. Eats and a lot of sex. It's pretty, again, that's not it. He just eats, apparently. He's just eating them, chat. He's eating and smushing, really. So yeah, the thing attacks, and I think they end up, like, in this underground, like, sewer system or quarry, and they hide out there for a little bit, and it's just them doing the small talk again. We gotta get out of here. We have to escape. Let's follow this tunnel, and they're fucking crawling. Chat's like, I see a light, and then they got out, and then, we're out, yay! And then they say, whew, that was hard. And cut. You know, another hard cut. There's a tape, apparently, that tape 3 is completely damaged, and tape 3, and I love it, too, because on tape 3 is the one that had all the monster footage. Just like, oh my god, that was horrifying. Could you believe how big it was? But it was damaged, chat. The tape was too damaged to see the monster. So, at one point, chat, they head back to the fucking mall they were at earlier in the movie because they need some food. They're hungry. They go back there, and they come upon a family, a Japanese family, as you'd expect. In Japan, chat, there are Japanese people there. And they're like, oh, 2 white girls, please come and join us. Tell us about American culture. We love Americans. You guys are great. And they bring them in, chat, and they just start talking about their families. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about your family. And then some of the actors they have in this are like, we don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know what's going on. We're just going to sit here awkwardly and eat, and I guess we're getting some money for this, so that's kind of good. It's like, oh, it's an American production. Nice, I'm going to go to America one day and become a big actor. It never happened. So, they're fucking eating the food, chat, and what happens next? The hentai monster shows up. But you do see it? Of course you don't see it. But you hear that fucking can roar again. This thing is roaring its goddamn ass off, chat, causing another earthquake. The youngest Japanese girl goes like, oh, my grandfather, I hope my grandfather's okay. Is he okay, chat? So she goes and checks on the grandfather, chat. The 2 white girls, they follow her a little bit later after some more chit-chat. And they see grandpa, he's not doing well, chat. He has been smushed. His guts are all falling out, and he's screaming, chat. I mean, he's like, half his jaw's missing, everything. No, I'm sorry. I'll think of a different movie. He's got a little bump on the head. That's all, chat. He has a little bump in the head and a cut that goes kind of like, it's like, not even a cut, it's like a small cut, and it's bleeding down his face, a little trickle of blood, but apparently he's dead. That was a one bump too many to good old grandpa's noggin. The girl, she's crying over it. She's like, save yourself, American white girl, save yourself. She's saying in Japanese, and the white girl, I think she's telling us to save ourselves. And so they fucking leave, chat. They run out. The fucking mall just explodes. So grandpa is definitely dead, and the girl's also dead now. If you didn't think grandpa was dead, they want to make sure that grandpa's dying in this movie, and he's gone. And then they're just running around, chat. And then apparently the fucking military shows up, and it's the worst. Because again, you still have all the menagerie and after effects like on the camera, but you hear the canned gunfire. You never see, I think you see one guy with an assault rifle. You see one guy with an assault rifle, and I guess the girls meet up with like a group of Japanese students, like college students or something, co-eds, and they're kind of running around this urban environment or whatever. There's some cars that are on fire. You have some like canned after effect fire effects like behind them shooting up, like that kind of thing. Like clearly like fire that's like on specific like jets, and someone's like sitting there at a fucking board and controlling them. Like, oh, here's the fun. Now I can make the fire go low. I can increase the fire. It's like that kind of shit. You can tell it's like it's not natural looking. And you have one guy with an assault rifle but pointing at the people, and he's just firing it, but it's like it's at the people. So clearly it's like if they were in front of you, they'd all be dead. But it doesn't matter, chat. It doesn't fucking matter. Apparently it's January and everyone's wearing short shorts and tank tops. It's okay. At one point, I think someone gets separated. I think one of the sisters, either it's Sarah, it doesn't matter. I think Sarah says, all right, fuck you, Aaron. I'm getting the hell out of here. And she abandons, like, Aaron gets, like, a cut on her leg, chat. It's a big old gash. She's like, I can't walk. Help me. And Sarah's like, fuck you. And so Sarah, she just takes off. Aaron's just left to die or whatever. But then Sarah gets a little bit of the guilty feelings in her tummy. And then she goes looking for Aaron again, chat. She finds Aaron. She's like, she's not, She's a little fucked up. She's looking a little derpy, Chad. I think the tentacle came down her head maybe one too many times. She got that wall-eyed expressions like she's not all there. Fucking Sarah, she's crowned her sister and everything. And it just cuts to black. And it says, this footage was uploaded to YouTube. YouTube, yet again, getting a name drop here. In 2008, and I guess this is important, by their dad, John Lynch. And Sarah and... what's the other one? Aaron were never seen again. So you imagine they were murdered or eaten by the hentai creature. You would hope, I guess. Know what the other options would be. But yeah, that's Monster Chat. It is a terrible movie. I do not recommend checking it out in any capacity. It's not a fun watch. I tried to add as much as I possibly could to it to make it in any capacity entertaining to you guys, but it sucks. Josh, am I right? Am I pretty good here? Am I in the ballpark with kind of my description for the film? I want to see some of your comments, guys. Oh, Spo What Girl Talk. Yes, exactly what it is, dude. But good to see you, by the way. The audience score 12%. See, if the audience score is like 12%, you know that's bad. You know it's pretty fucking bad. Justin's are trash people. Oh. Chris's white girl voice is killing. I'm glad you like the white girl voice. Oh, no. Yeah, they're basically wearing Lara Croft outfit, Stranger Shoe. It's exactly what it is. Josh, except for the part where you don't recommend checking... Oh, Josh, you're insane if you think people should watch this. Come on, man. I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit for like an unintentionally funny movie. There's nothing unintentionally funny about this. You can just tell they had literally nothing. And they just do small talk. Even when a fucking monster's attacking, they're doing small talk. They're just trying to fill time because they don't have a fucking monster to show. And it's that kind of stuff. It's like, all right, you have nothing here. Like, even if you don't, okay, here's the thing. If you even didn't have a monster, right? At least give me some interesting characters. At least make some of the destruction, compelling. But they don't do any of that. You just don't care. It's bad. Bad. Tiger GD, welcome to Bourgeois Blues. Welcome. It's free on Amazon. I did pay $0 for this. I own this. Of course you do. I did pay $0 for this chat. I would have been mad if I paid anything for this film. Even if it was like $1, I would have been upset. It does not deserve your money. Duma. Deep Rising, so much better. So much better. That is a hentai monster, and that thing is very entertaining. And it does some really cool shit to people. Yeah, some of the effects haven't aged well, especially the CGI stuff, but that is an infinitely enjoyable creature feature. Absolutely check that out, guys. I should add that to the list in the future. Maybe if I hit another stretch goal tonight, I'll be sure to do that one. Yes, absolutely. I'll add Deep Rising. Thomas, welcome. Hope you're doing well and have a great weekend. First, I am doing much better, Thomas, now that I'm streaming. And I hope you have a good weekend as well. It's going to be fun. Or at least relaxing. Can't go anywhere. Might be heading up to Austin. If Mia lets me to the house. Corey and I can record in person, but we'll see. Bush Up Blues. I thought Underwater was pretty fun. I did not see that. I know that was, that didn't get the highest of marks from Corey and Martin, but I always do love a good creature feature. I bet it's much better. You know what I heard? I heard the technical stuff of that film was pretty cool. So, I think that film was probably better than fucking Monster 2008, Chad. Do not see this film. I would honestly give it a fuck you. I really would, because it is a waste of your time. That's the rating this film deserves on the Double Toasted rating system. It's a fuck you. There's no question about it. There's literally no effort put into this. And it's insulting what they give you. Anyway.